All right, guys, so I ended up selling my Lulu call options today, making a 38% profit return or an $880 profit. So within this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you the strategy that I use, this gap method that I've been using to consistently make money within the stock market. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share with you how this strategy works step by step. This is the same strategy that I used to make an absolute killing on DocU. I made a 50% profit return swing trading those DocU call options. And it's a good thing that I sold them yesterday for nearly a 50% profit return, because DocU is now nearly at the point that I entered. It is down today, and those call options are basically at the same price that I entered them. So my strategy tells me when to get in, it tells me where to get out. And what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna share with you, I already shared with you why I got in, and I'm gonna share with you why I got out. If you wanna see why I got in, it's in that video that I posted 2 videos ago. But yeah, let me go to my room here real quick, and we are gonna get started, guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the strategy. I absolutely love this quote right here. I have nothing in common with lazy people who blame others for their lack of success. Great things come from hard work, perseverance, no excuses. So this is my room currently. As you can see, the spirits, they knew I was coming. Check this out right here. You got the Joker right there. So they knew I was coming, but the Joker is fully detoxed now, and he's ready to trade some motherfucking options. Check this out, guys. Here, we're gonna load this up, and here we go into the trade recap. All right, now we're gonna do a quick swing trade recap on Lululemon. So I ended up making a 38% profit return, 36% profit return right there, $836 gain. Alerted this real time on Twitter. I was also kind enough to post a video preparing people for the next day on September 21st. I had told people it is a great dip buying opportunity at $296, $297 towards that previous closing price. That was on September 21st, folks. The video is in the description. Check this out. This was a phenomenal buying opportunity. Look at the low of day. Here's the next day, September 22nd. What is the low of day? As you guys can see, the low of day was $296.77. If you want to see the plan in real time that I posted, go back and watch this video, learn, educate yourself on how the gap method works. This is going to be the recap. So in terms of some of the reasons why I bought it, again, if you want the full explanation, it's going to be in this video. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. So some of the reasons why I bought it, this is a pure technical play, pure momentum play. Lululemon, just like DocU, just like Zoom, just like mRNA, what do these stocks have in common? They are consistently reaching for new all-time highs. See how the stock is consistently rising? It's consistently reaching for new all-time highs. Now check this out. Look at the RSI. The RSI is extremely oversold. If you go back to the past, it was trading at $261.45. It crashed all the way down to 130. So it dropped like 130 points from the highs. Look at the RSI at this time when it bottomed. The RSI was at 20. So the RSI was hitting in the low 20s. Now check this out. Look at this pure technical chart pattern. One of the best prices to buy Lululemon is right here. There's a gap that's waiting to fill right here at $294.35. So what you do is you find a stock that has a massive gap up, go back to the previous day, take the closing price, $294.35. Once this gap fills, as you can see, once this gap fills, look for that bullish candlestick, look for the bottom wicks, you buy it, you hold it, and then you can see there's resistance right there. So you might want to take profits right there at around 320. So the point is, amazing dip buying opportunity right here. The gap close reversal strategy worked, meaning it filled this gap, it closed it right here, and then it started reversing and skyrocketing, right? So as you can see, the stock gapped up. In order for it to close the gap, it had to go back down. Once it went back down, it bottomed at that previous closing price to close the gap. Once it closed the gap, it formed bullish candlesticks, bullish confirmations, then it started rising up. Now check out this opportunity. History has repeated itself. We know the best dip buying opportunity is at that previous closing price, and you could see it hit that previous closing price. Once again, that red line that I drew, there's a gap waiting to fill there, and there's huge upside potential with very little downside potential. And as you can see on the RSI, it is extremely oversold. It is oversold at 29. So all the bullish confirmations were there. The volume was peaking up. Look at those blue lines right there. The volume's peaking up. See how it's not doing much here when the volume's low. So you have the momentum confirmation, you have the bullish confirmation, you have the bullish green candlesticks on the daily chart, and check out the 5-day chart now. this was one of the confirmations that I used. So right here, this is where I made that video on September, what was it? It was on September 21st where I made the video and then I executed the plan next day. So September 21st, this is what I was recognizing. As you can see, there's a gap that's waiting to fill right here at around $293. It gapped down in the pre-market, it closed the gap, had a pullback, and then once it turned it into support, that was your key confirmation to buy, and that's where I started to buy right here at the low $300 mark. And then in terms of selling, you have a very bearish confirmation right here at 331. And then you also have more bearish confirmations coming in. However, I will say the key to this trade is that previous closing price. So in terms of Lululemon, and in terms of selling and taking profits, it also had to do with this major resistance right here at the low 320s, and it already spiked to 331. So it was time to take profits, especially at this bearish confirmation. So that's why I took profits, and that was the trade. Very, very basic, simple trade, a strategy that consistently works and consistently makes you money on a regular basis. So yeah. And you can see there's a gap that's waiting to fill right here at $313.60. Once it closes that gap, if it remains above, it's going to keep pushing up back to 330. If it cracks below, it's going to get crushed and go back to the gap that's waiting to fill below right here at 295.56. So moving forward, what I'm telling you is if this support level, there's a gap to fill at $313.60. If that turns into support, the stock is going to continue to rise and then retest this 330s level. If it cracks and turns this level into a resistance level at 313.60, it's going to get crushed and go back to 295. So in terms of a rebuying opportunity, if you wanted to swing trade it, I would wait for it to go back to 295 to close the gap. If you wanted to do a quick day trade, look to do a scalping move. If this level right here, 313.50s turns into resistance, it's going to be a short-term put. If it turns into support, it's going to be a short-term buy. As of now, it's at that key battle mark and it's still hanging in there and it's still holding up, and it is currently up a little bit in after hours. So yeah, guys, that has been the recap on Lululemon. I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.